Five Gaming Things is a mature-rated podcast. Listener discretion is advised.
Alright, so this week on Five Gaming Things.
Facebook buys the Oculus?
We have an in-depth look at WildStar.
D3 launched the new expansion.
Jan tells us about the wacky game Conception 2.
And we ask you how to fix or improve the Trinity in MMOs.
All this and more on Five Gaming Things.
Music bio.
Alright, so the music bio this week is, this is from the Waveform Generators, I guess, label or something. But, they released a compilation called the Anti-Chiptune. And the music bio is at TWG, we've always pushed the odd, the weird, and the emotionally robust. In celebration of more esoteric corners of the chiptune stratosphere, we've compiled 19 tracks from some of chiptune's most notable and talented purveyors of what, to showcase what can be done when the term chiptune is examined. Some is unexplainable, some is not chiptune, and some is not music, but we hope you enjoy this eclectic selection of oddities. And that is the music bio. Now I gotta write down this whole time thing again. Alright, so welcome to Five Gaming Things, the podcast that's about 5 video game topics. I'm your host, BGO, aka the Big Game Over. With me as always is Janelle.
Who loves to laugh over the intro.
Yes, it's great. It brings up the comedy level like something else. Speaking of comedy levels, our other host is here, Necroxus.
Hi.
That's
all I have. That's all I got.
Jokes.
Nope.
It's okay. He's having reverse rape over there.
I can talk about gay stuff again if you want.
No. Alright. Look, show news. We didn't get any emails, so Jan, you have the show news.
It's show news. On April 17th, we will be hosting a contest during the live stream for viewers to win one of 3 PopCap figurines, because we're fancy here. You can win General Zod, Arthas, the Lich King, not Arthas, just the Lich King, or Illidan. Again, those are the PopCap figurines. You Google them, they'll come up pretty fucking fast. So if you want to win one of those, show up during the live stream. We will have the competition, and we will give those away.
All right.
Yay.
Yay!
Any other show news?
Yeah. I released my first episode of my radio play called The Broadcast on Amorphi Resistance Radio on YouTube. So if you want something different, it's a good way of explaining it, go check that out.
Show your boobs on there?
No, fuck you.
Oh, right.
Dude, I spent hours on that logo. That logo was ridiculously hard to make. I'm never making a fucking logo ever again.
Yeah, they're pretty hard. Ours is,
Jen,
Just
I need
kidding.
a ton of logos for Overweights lore. Get on it.
Suck it.
Yeah, when's that coming back, by the way?
When Necro says.
When there's WoW news,
Oh, right.
so in like 5 months when the beta finally comes out.
Next year, then.
Yep.
Alright, so let me find oh fuck. Let me find the shit on my new soundboard. Also show news, I have a new soundboard computer. Alright, but let's
Yay.
do this.
What shit did you do this week? What shit did you do this week?
Dude,
Right.
that sounded so good.
I know.
That
Thank you.
singer is just amazing.
I know.
Not that part, you fuck! I hate you so much right now.
That was a compliment. You're the one that interpreted it as a backhanded one.
It's because it's you.
Meow, fuck.
Oh, that was not the one whatever.
I liked
Alright.
that one, though. That was good.
It was appropriate.
So, what shit did you guys do this week?
I played Conception 2!
That's one of
Yay.
the topics, right? So we'll get
That
into
is
that
one
later.
of the topics. That's why I threw that out there. What else the fuck did I do? I don't... Played a little bit more
Civ 5.
Papers, Please. What?
Civ 5.
No, actually, I didn't play Civ 5. Because I recorded the broadcast. So, I played... What the fuck did I play? I played Slate Rising, Papers, Please, Conception 2... I don't remember. Something else.
What are you playing on your Vita that you had on?
Oh, Conception 2.
Oh. Is it on? Alright, we'll get into that.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. There was another game I played, but I don't remember what it is. So,
Hide the
whatever that
Sausage.
game is, I didn't now play Hide the Sausage.
Sounds fun.
Juvie is making fun of me, too. You know, Juvie likes to give me a hard time.
He's just, just keeping it real.
He wants to play Hide the Sausage. No.
That's...
Okay, Biggie, so what did you do this week?
Sexy time.
What did I do this week? Played a lot of D3, which is also another topic that we'll get into later. And, I downloaded the Marvel Puzzle Quest game. Did I talk about that last week?
No, you did not.
No.
I downloaded that to my phone because I was looking for their new card game, whatever, and apparently that isn't supported on my phone. So I got the Puzzle Quest version instead, which I like Puzzle Quest. It's a good game. But unfortunately it's just been blasted, as most mobile games are, with microtransaction paywall bullshit. So I played that for a couple hours, hit the paywall, and uninstalled.
Yeah.
So, can people just stop doing that with games? I'll pay you $2 for a game. Just don't put in a fucking stupid paywall. Cause that makes me want to not give you money. That just pisses me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, where you pay to win.
Mhm.
It's not even pay to win. It's like pay to advance. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend a week trying to get past one part in a game. Fuck you. No. It's not how this works. So yeah, I did that. Quick review on that. Shit sucks. Don't buy it. Or download it. Whatever. And what else? I think that was it, pretty much. We're working a lot, and then in D3, which we'll get into, playing a lot of that. And yeah, I downloaded Papers, Please, but I haven't played it yet. So, is there anything I should know off the bat, Jan, when I'm starting
Papers,
that game?
Please?
Yeah. Is there any tips and tricks? Or should
Watch
I play
their
it?
fucking, the sex, their gender. Don't forget to compare their gender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Necro?
Let's see. I played some Lord of the Rings War in the North with Howitzer and Rioris, and that game still sucks. So,
What?
I got
What is
it.
this?
it's called Lord of the Rings War in the North. It's like an action-ish RPG. It's set in the Lord of the Rings universe. I got it a little while ago, or like a couple months ago, on, what's that thing called, Jan?
Steam Origin.
You pay, no. It's the
Bundle.
Humble Bundle, yes. I'm glad you knew no description
The
whatsoever.
thing where you pay less. There's only two options.
Yeah. I got it on the Humble Bundle, and it still is. The problem is, you have to specially configure Skype and the game, because the voice chat messes up Skype, and you'll have an echo of each other, like all speaking. Not to mention the game itself is just fucking terrible. So I played a little bit of that. I played some Diablo before Reaper of Souls came out. I didn't buy Reaper of Souls, so I was just leveling a little bit from the 100% EXP increase weekend. And then Tuesday, instead of Reaper of Souls, I got BioShock Infinite, Burial at Sea Episode 2, which Jan and I are going to review next week, hopefully. But not going to go much into it, but it's fucking awesome. And definitely, I haven't even beat it yet, but it's definitely already worth the $15 I spent. So.
Right on. You're doing that on PC, right?
Yes.
Right. I need somebody to help me with the PS3 version. Whenever I decide to sit down and play it.
What do you need help with?
I don't know. Aiming. I'm just whatever.
Well, we can't help you with that.
Can you plug in a
No.
keyboard and mouse to your PS3 and use
No.
that?
No.
I mean, it's got the USB ports.
No.
I would assume controller would be an easier.
And I know
No, Biggie went all, no, I can't fucking use the controller anymore. It's too hard. Controller, you need a keyboard and a mouse, or you're just stupid and you don't know how to play video games.
Wait, isn't a control? Isn't
what?
that the
I
opposite?
don't even understand what you said right there, Jan. If you're gonna make fun of me, at least, let me understand what the fuck you're saying.
I'm saying you're a snob and you like the keyboard and mouse.
I'm not
over
a
the controller.
snob. I'm not a snob. What happened is I got so used to a keyboard and mouse that all my controller skills are gone. That's all it is.
Sounds like the same thing to me.
I'm sure if I just started playing it, it would, I'd get used to it again. I'm just saying I don't,
And
there's
you-
got time for that.
Yes, you do. It's a great game. Make time for it. You'll be happy you did.
Yeah.
I want to just burn through it. Not good to burn
No.
through it? No?
That's
No.
not how you play
No.
a game.
No, but you're talking about South Park here, right? What are you
No.
talking about?
No.
No, BioShock Infinite.
Oh, no. Okay. The reason you don't want to, after you find the first little voice thing, what are those called?
Voxophone.
The voxophone, right. After you find your first voxophone, that's why you don't want to just rush through it, because the voxophones are like the best part of the fucking game. It's all these little side stories that you listen to.
Yeah,
And-
BioShock always done that. 1 and 2 had the same thing. It gives all the context of stuff you might not have been told.
Or like, okay, for instance, let's go with this, right? You get this special weapon only if you go into this one area off to the side that you don't actually need to go into. It's the one that zaps everybody to pieces. Hey, Mister. And it's like a disintegration ray, or it's an exploding ray. It makes the infected, or whatever they're called, I don't remember, explode. And you find it because you find this voxophone that tells you the kid got a hold of the whatever weapon, and he had a blast blowing everything up until the dog walked in front of the ray.
Yeah, he blew up the dog.
And then my wife made me put it. Now I'm in the hot seat because the kid killed the dog. So I locked the gun up in the freezer, and here's the code.
Although, to be fair, that weapon is only in, let's see.
No, it's not.
The ray gun's not in Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, it is.
I am like 96% positive it is not.
It is.
I lit the bonfire again!
Well, what you're describing, at the very least, that is from Burial at Sea.
Well, I don't fucking know then. Fuck you. That was my example. Moving on.
No, it's a good one. I'm just saying he's not going to get the weapon because it's not in the original game.
Alright, Necro, what did you do this week?
We were just...
Is that what you did this week?
Yeah.
We just covered it?
I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Let's move on. You know, that's the third fucking time you've done that, and I'm not high, and I'm gonna cut you. Hello, Slip D.
Give me back my son!
Alright, so is that it for this week, since everything else we did is topics?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Yes.
Topic 1.
Alright, so our first topic is Facebook buys the Oculus Rift.
Look, everybody, the stream picture changed.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
So
Marveling at
Facebook
your skills.
buys the Oculus Rift for $2 billion, correct?
I don't know what the exact
That
numbers
is,
were.
it was 400
Like
million
2.5?
cash and then like 1.6 billion in stock something. Facebook stock. Something like that.
Okay.
It's bad news, whatever it is.
So yeah, you
Here's
guys.
what I know. I know that the Facebook bought the Oculus, and the internet lost their fucking minds. They're like, there's no way in hell that Facebook is gonna do VR correctly.
Right.
Yep.
So,
I don't know why. I really don't know why. Like, I understand that as a lot of people were upset that it might turn it into a social thing as opposed to a gaming thing, and instead of having a small quality company making VR products, they're going to have these guys who are more interested in getting the product out to more people and in more households than actually putting together something really amazing.
Yeah, that's the exact
But
problem.
I thought that was a good thing for the technology in general. Because you're going to have this VR headset that a lot of people who aren't, gamers or hardcore gamers, who are just casual, like, shooter people, maybe. Fucking Call of Duty fuckers. Anyway, sorry if you like Call of Duty, not really.
Yeah, fuck you if you
And,
like Call of Duty. Love Jan.
Those guys, right? Like, they just sit down with the bros and they kill things, right? Those guys. They're gonna get more into Oculus or other VR stuff, and the more people interested in VR, the better the system is gonna get. And as far as I was concerned, the Oculus was the worst of the two systems out there, and Microsoft was gonna do a better job. Because the Oculus was this great little startup company who made this amazing product that only kinda sorta worked. That was all the reviews I got from the Oculus. It kinda sorta works. Then
Maybe at first.
Sony, what?
Maybe at first, but lately I've been hearing, amazing things about it.
Yeah, but no gameplay aspects. Like, when Rioris was talking about it, and we had him on the show for that episode, he was talking about he was in Minecraft, but there wasn't a lot of gameplay stuff to do. He was just running around and jumping up the stairs and stuff like that. He wasn't actually playing the game. I haven't heard of any reports of someone, and I could be wrong on this, could be very wrong on this, but I haven't heard anybody say they've taken the Oculus Rift and played a fucking game in it.
there's some games out for it, but they're very buggy and not
Good.
great. Yeah.
And that's my point. And the stuff Sony presented with the Morpheus wasn't perfect, but it was a little glitchy. And they were full-fledged games.
But how... Sorry.
But how?
I was going to say, but how Sony's already going forward with their thing. Whatever the Oculus does isn't going to affect them in the sense of they're still going to be doing it.
Right.
I don't see how if Facebook does it and then makes it a shittier version than what it could have been.
No,
How
I
that
don't
could
think
help.
they're going to make it a shittier version. And I think they're going to polish it to the extent that the average consumer, not the average gamer, the average consumer would be very happy with it. And then they're going to mass market it to our parents and teenage girls and boys and get it out there in the mainstream. And then once it's mainstream, it's going to be better for the entire industry as a whole. Like gaming, when there's more competition, we get better games, we get better consoles, and it's funny, and it's all around better. But the less competition, and as far as I was concerned, the Oculus wasn't competition. They started it, and then as soon as Sony and Microsoft picked it up, the Oculus was fucked. Like, that was going to be a niche thing like Macs used to be. Like,
Macs?
nobody used to use a Mac. Like, back
Mac.
in the 80s, like, nobody fucking used a Mac. Right? Or maybe the 90s. Whatever, I'm getting my decades confused. And then Apple came out with all their iProducts, and then everybody uses Macs. But, back in the day, now Oculus was going to be that product, one where a couple people liked because they loved the company, they loved the developers, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, great. You like the company, you like the developers, well, what about the fucking product?
Well, okay. Here's what I understand, is where the butt hurt's coming from. Mostly, well, first off, it's Facebook. Nobody likes Facebook. They're shady fuckers. But,
Yes.
most of the butt hurt, if you're a non-Kickstarter backer, by the way, but it's, everybody was like pulling for this company because it felt like a community kind of thing. Like, they were like your friends, and you were like, yeah, and we're working together, and this fresh, organic product coming out of the internet, and we're all behind it, and then Facebook sweeps in, and now everybody's like, sell out, basically. Everybody's like, this shit just sold out, fuck this.
And I think that's incredibly stupid. I'm sorry. But yeah, they fucking sold out, and good for fucking them. You make a product that can sell for $2 billion, then you sell it when your product is not as going to be able to compete. Because after that point in time, if you don't sell it, you're just going to lose money. That's good business.
Well,
to be pissed off at them for having good business sense is absolutely ridiculous, especially since the guys who started it are still running the company section doing Oculus. Now they've just got all sorts of funds. It was a really good move on their part.
Right. And that's kind of the thing that I think a lot of people forgot, is Facebook's already bought a couple things, mainly Instagram, that they bought it, but they haven't, hardly fucked with it. They just let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? They didn't step in and be like,
Because
Facebook,
Instagram was already successful.
And Oculus is successful, sort of.
No, but you said it yourself. They're not even, to the point where they can put out games yet, so I don't
Right, that's where the sort of comes up. The successful part is they made gamers happy.
Yeah, then they pissed them all off.
Well,
And
they
I think people get over
they didn't really have money to, go up to the next level, basically. Because they were, they were running off Kickstarter and, tiny shit. So this Facebook sell, now they've got the money that they can actually...
Yeah. And the guy from... who does Minecraft, right?
Notch. Yeah,
Notch, that guy. He came out and he was like, I am so pissed about this. I'm refusing to do any of my products on Oculus. This is ridiculous. Before he didn't even talk to the guys who are doing the Oculus thing. No, that's also a horrible business idea. You at least talk to them. You get an idea if things are going to change. They might lie to you, but you're also going to get the idea that they're lying.
No, he said Facebook was creepy, and he wanted nothing to do with Facebook.
Still. They're just the money guys.
Facebook's infamous for fucking nickel and diming as much as, to the absolute maximum on everything.
On Instagram?
Because like I said, Instagram was already completely self-contained successful at that point.
So
but this wasn't. So you can't say they're the same.
To be successful with the Oculus, they can't nickel and dime it. And if there was no way in hell they're going to buy a product that's so far behind the competition and not realize they got to dump a whole bunch of money on it.
Well,
one thing you got to say for Facebook is they know how to make money.
I think the thing with Notch, more importantly, you said Facebook creepy, blah, blah, blah. I think what he was butthurt about is he put $10,000 in that Kickstarter. And then when that company sold for $2 billion, he doesn't get shit. Nobody who did that Kickstarter gets any of that money.
No, but you know what?
And
That's
they
what
all kind of feel like
all
they
about.
got fucked. All of them feel like they got fucked, kind of, even though they, you knew what you were getting into.
Known.
But
You should have fucking known. It stopped being your money when you donated it to a corporation without a contract saying that you wanted fucking royalties on your money.
I think a lot less people are going to be using Kickstarter or giving money on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter is a terrible idea for fucking things like this. Kickstarter should be used for art projects, and that's it. Web comics, art, fucking... not VR products and video games. You should not be supporting a company. You should be supporting a person or maybe a couple people working in an art studio. That was the purpose behind Kickstarter.
All right, so
you had this argument. Kickstarter does not work.
You support a Kickstarter for a comic, and then that comic gets really big and gets bought by, I don't know, say Marvel for like a shitload of money.
Would never happen.
It's just happened with the Oculus Rift, so...
It's a comic book, not a fucking piece of technology.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, name a webcomic out there that compares to Marvel.
Well, you know, that's all.
Because I'm really into webcomics. And I can think of one, but the protagonist and the enemy dude, they're both gay. Marvel's not going to touch it.
Let's say they make a movie out of that, and the guy who did that comic suddenly makes a shitload of money from some movie studio buying it. Is that...
That's something different. That has nothing to do with the Kickstarter campaign. That has to do with his work.
Are you
no,
going
you
to
don't
feel
understand
screwed
what
that you
comics
supported that
work.
Kickstarter?
You don't understand how comics work on Kickstarter. We have a disconnect here. Comics on Kickstarter are not to put it on a website. It's not to fund the art. Okay? It's to fund a book that you can buy and then have it in your house.
Right. Okay.
So the comic already exists. They're not saying, hey, we haven't made this comic yet. How about you give me some money so we can go make the comic? They're saying, I made this comic. You guys have been reading this comic. Would you like a book? Well, I can't afford to print it. Make a Kickstarter, and we'll get you copies.
Okay, alright.
That's the difference.
Okay.
All that aside,
right.
I think the issue with the Kickstarter complaint in this regard is dumb. Like, at least in that whole thing is, you gave money, you don't, I'm with Jan, you don't really get to complain, but...
You should have fucking known.
Yeah, going back to Facebook, I think I didn't really express my point well enough. The problem is, sure, Facebook knows how to make a lot of money, but the cost of that is Facebook's not really that innovative. So, when they were like Farmville, no, when you have like Farmville, they're like, Farmville's great, and so what do you have? Farmville, Zooville, Caféville, well, that's what I mean though.
But no, they're not responsible for any of that. They're responsible
They hosted on their whole thing, and they're all like totally integrated.
They set up an interface and said, okay, this is what you guys want. You guys are going to pay us for this? Then yeah, sure, this is the interface you'll get. They didn't fucking say, we're going to make this game now, and we're only going to ever make this game now, and this is the only game that will ever be out on Facebook now. That wasn't them. There are other games.
Then give me an example of Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg being innovative.
Facebook.
Past Facebook. Yeah, obviously Facebook. That's the one thing. And they made a shitload of money on it and kept nickel and diming.
To know anything about what he's done. I know Facebook, and I don't even think he's not involved anymore, is he?
I think he still owns it and runs shit.
I didn't think he owned it anymore.
He made this thing that got really popular, and then the innovation stopped. Then it was just, how much money can we make off of this one thing?
No, he continued innovating where he integrated it so it was also had a portal for businesses to work on Facebook, which was something new. It started out a social thing, then it became a business thing. And then why the fuck would he keep working on it at that point? Because he had made gazillions of dollars.
That's the problem.
Well, it's not the problem.
Once you get to that point,
he's not going to be in charge of Oculus. He's not in charge of Oculus. He's the money guy.
I don't know. We'll see when Oculus. Whatever. I don't really care about Oculus that much, honestly.
Morpheus.
Well, okay, let's say this. Let's say Google buys Oculus. Everybody's still pissed?
I think less so, but yes.
I think less so, but yes. People are just butthurt because Facebook.
Right. But if you're a Kickstarter backer, you gotta feel kind of like, ugh.
No! Fucking do your research and understand how the fucking law works. Good lord.
Just because you know how the law works doesn't make you feel better about it.
No, you should have understood before you donated $10,000 to a company that money no longer belonged to you. The product no longer belonged to you, and you deserve nothing. after you get what you paid for.
No, he donated that $10,000 thinking that company was going to grow on its own and be its own
That's
company.
my point.
He didn't give him
soon as he
$10,000 so they could develop something to sell to
as
Facebook.
soon as he took the $10,000, gave the $10,000, and they gave him what he paid for, which is $10,000 got you a trip out there and some other shit. That's it. That's all they owed him. They could do whatever they want with the product and their company. They owed everybody shit.
You can still feel bad about it, though.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you can still feel bad about that.
Known. They should have known.
He should have known they were going to sell it to Facebook. He should have had some sort of future site.
They should have known, that they were going to sell out to somebody. Yes, exactly. They should have known.
No, I don't think anybody predicted that was going to happen.
I think Slip and Die in the chat has a great point. It's great that all of the Oculus devs or whatever, whoever's making behind it, might still be with Facebook, but they're controlled by a big money guy. It's the whole complaint that people have with Activision and Blizzard, that they fucking just never stop bringing up. Oh, Activision's making WoW terrible because they got the money. It's like the same in this regard.
Blizzard's made WoW terrible because Blizzard sucks.
Yeah, well, that's the point is that's debatable, but I actually agree with you, Jan, but that's the complaint.
And I think I think that's I think that point is void because of Instagram.
I would still feel butthurt if I
back in a circle again.
If I gave the Kickstarter and that happened.
This is why I have never given money to a product like this fucking Oculus on Kickstarter. And it's never gonna happen. I'm never giving a Kickstarter for a video game. I'm never giving a Kickstarter for a product.
Well, I think
it's ridiculous and stupid, and you should fucking tell me rage.
Well, I think a lot less people are going to now, for sure. I think this kind of opened everybody's eyes.
We had this huge argument when this whole Kickstarter thing blew up, and I said the exact same thing I'm saying now, that this is stupid and it should not be happening. No drinking going on.
Nope.
I'm eating pretzels. Oh, I know what you heard. My Buy 5 made a weird noise when I opened it.
There was, what else was there was something else about this.
Oh, Facebook fucking went down in stock 7 points. I thought that was pretty sad. Apparently, the market does not think that Facebook can handle the Oculus.
Do you think all the indie devs that were all super stoked about the Oculus and that are bailing out, do you think that's going to have an effect on anything?
Yes. I think that the Oculus Rift people are going to reach out to those indie devs and try to get most of them back. They will be successful to a point. The rest of them will go use the Morpheus because Sony loves indie games.
Mm.
I don't know. I think it's not the fact that they sold. It's the fact that they sold to Facebook. That's the whole problem.
I think the don't tell me sold. I think it's
don't tell me that there aren't a bunch of other companies out there who are like, we fucking want the Oculus Rift. I guarantee you there was a shit.
Yeah, and they probably did try to pan us.
Was the most. Yeah, exactly.
That was the story I read is at the recent game developer conference. Like there was a bunch of big companies there with the Oculus dudes all presenting them deals, and I guess Facebook had the best deal, and that's why they took it.
Yeah, so it's like, this is how I take people seeing this. They're like, oh, this fucking amazing piece of technology that inspired, like, the Morpheus and all of this other possible VR shit. Now they're just selling out the most money they could possibly make to Facebook.
Good
now people
for
are
them.
like, well, fuck.
You guys don't feel like, this is like the death of something? You guys don't get that feeling?
No.
I'm not on Jan. I don't agree with Jan here.
But I mean, the internet, like, it was like this collective awesome thing that it was all underground and everybody was like, yeah, Oculus, and then Facebook bought it and it was just like everybody
is going really strong. Sony's coming out with their shit. They're always open to indie devs. The Oculus was shitty. Okay? The Oculus was shitty. Now it's gonna not be shitty. More than that, it's going to be expanded into a region for VR products that wasn't going to have before. It's going to be social VR. It's going to make the VR better.
My prediction, they're going to make it as passable as they possibly can. Instead of as best as it could, and then try and market it to as many people as they can.
I don't think so, for the sole reason that they're going to want to market it to as many people as they can. And these days, you pay for a product like that,
Yeah, people play hundreds of hours on shit like Candy Crush, which is like fucking Bejeweled.
Yeah, you play it on what?
But the
You
point is
see?
saying that
No,
people want
that's my
quality.
phone.
You play it on what? You play it
Your
on an
phone.
iPad. You play it on your smartphone. You play it on on a product that cost you several $100s. They expect quality out of the product, not the game.
So,
You lost me.
Candy Crush is on iPad, right?
Uh-huh.
iPads cost hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Candy Crush is not it's a quality game, but it's kind of a shitty quality game.
Yeah, exactly.
So people don't care about the game. Oculus is the iPad. The game has nothing to do with the Oculus. I don't think they're going to make it passing. They're going to make a very quality product, and they're going to try and market it to all the iPad fuckers and get them to spend money on it. And the only way the iPad fuckers are going to spend money on it is if it's a good product.
am I allowed to have something awesome without having corporate America tied to it?
No.
No?
Nope.
It's not allowed?
Called capitalism.
That's so great.
There was that tweet that I retweeted. I forgot who did that. But they said it's great that the middle class can pay $300 to pre-order a console, but they can't properly invest in something and get ahead in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, except fucking Kickstarter is not investing! And that's my goddamn point!
Yeah, but nobody's
Kickstarter
got enough, nobody
At
had
best they're
enough
getting
money
it
to
prizes.
invest in it. Well, I mean, I'm
Bullshit.
sure some people did,
Somebody
but
could put out there a fucking program like Kickstarter that instead of fucking donating, you invest in a company.
All right.
And that company belongs to you, like Winco, which is a goddamn grocery store owned by employees.
okay,
Like
right.
this. I'm
There we go.
angry.
No, now you're on to something, Jan. Let's somebody get that started. Because that's what we need.
That would be a really good idea. And then,
Yes.
yeah, I'd fucking donate to Oculus.
And
that
then-
would be a good idea.
And then when Facebook buys it for $2 billion, you get
You
a
get
few
money.
$100 if you donated
fucking get
10 or
money.
whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get that started. Let's do that.
Let's move on. I'm angry.
So, Facebook in virtual reality. You guys even use Facebook?
I got rid of mine like a year and a half ago.
I don't use Facebook now.
I occasionally post, like, shitty videos on there of, like, ridiculous shit. That's it. Or if I'm, like, trying to get a hold of somebody I haven't talked to in a while, I'm, like, on Facebook, like, hey, you still on here, bro? And, like, most people don't even message me back, so. It'll be funny in 3 years when it's gone and they're selling all of our personal information for even more money. All right.
Hey.
Next,
That's already happening.
Well, yeah. All right, next topic. Finally. Yes.
Next topic.
Topic 2.
All right, in-depth, Wildstar, Jan.
Yes, we're going to talk about WildStar. So last week we told you guys that WildStar Beta came out and stuff and whatnot is happening and how cool the combat looks. And we vaguely went over the factions, the classes, the packs, and the races in general. So you know it's an MMO, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's a WoW
So we're
clone.
What?
It's a WoW clone.
Sort of. That's what
How-
we're going to talk about.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So we're going to start with the part that is very much a WoW clone. The factions. We've got the Exiles and the Dominion. You can see them on the stream right there. The Exiles are the good guys, and they're blue. The Dominion are the bad guys, and they're red.
Wow, what a unique concept.
So
Nobody's
the way
ever
this-
done that before.
Never, ever, ever. So the way this game works, as opposed to say WoW, is every server is considered its own planet. So for instance, if you roleplay like Necro and I used to, and you would have people go from a different version of WoW to a different version of WoW, and they'd call it planet switching, that was really stupid, but this actually works now. So and the reason it's its own planet is you're landing on the planet called Nexus. And the reason you're there depends on if you're the Dominion or the Exiles. The Dominion is there to stomp the fuck out of the Exiles and take Nexus for their own. And it's their planet, and they basically rule the world right now. Or the universe.
Home run, motherfucker!
They're in charge of fucking everything. And they're really bad dudes. They're mostly ruled by the humans, who are aristocratic, fancy britches fuckers. They look like they're gonna be a lot of fun to play. And then you have the exiles. The exiles are people who have been displaced by the Dominion, and they've come to Nexus to finally make a home. And they're the good guys. They're fighting for liberty and justice and their home. And there are zombies amongst them. It's different in the way that it's very tongue-in-cheek, as opposed to WoW, which tries to be really, really
sexy time.
So, that's a good thing. You guys have any questions about the Exiles, the Dominions?
They're going more of the comedy way than serious war between some green dudes and some humans.
Yes,
right.
It's really funny. All they call them, I don't remember what they call them, but they've got these like mini videos, fully voice acted, really great art. They're really funny. They're all about the races, the paths, the factions. If you get a minute, head over to the WildStar site and check out their videos. It's really good. Alright. So, next we're gonna talk about the races. Maybe.
Oh, you're putting shit in the stream. I don't have the stream.
I'm putting shit in the stream, and I lost the races. There it is. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. I got confused. So, first off, we're going to start with the exiles. And you've got humans. Yes, the humans are on both sides. Okay. They're outcasts, renegades, and they're scruffy. The little blurb about them is, after centuries of wandering the fringe in their ramshackle fleet, humans are ready to settle down on Nexus using grit, backbone, and some old-fashioned elbow grease. And if those Dominion bastards are looking for a fight, bring it on. They're humans. What else are you fucking gonna say?
I lit the bonfire again!
Alright, next, here's where it gets interesting. You've got the Granok. They're this... they're stone people. Like granite? Granok.
What you put on the horse?
Granite. Granok.
Okay.
Get it? Okay.
They're rock dudes.
They're rock dudes. They are made out of rock. Rock-skinned, fearless, hungover. That's the Granok. One thing to remember about these guys is,
Did I miss you there?
Yeah.
No, that's my point.
What?
Look, the rock people, they got nothing special going for them. They're made out of rock. They're really big. The end.
Wow, how incredibly creative and in-depth.
that was my point, yes. Okay. Moving on, you've got the Aran. And the Aran are like the elves in WoW. Okay? First off, they're purple. And second off, they love trees. And blah, 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 blah. They have big floppy ears and tails. There are a lot of Aran.
Are they
already rolled?
Are they a bunch of pretentious little shits?
That's
what the elves are.
No, but they fight for nature.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, moving on. You have the Mordesh. Now, this is a really cool race. These guys are basically zombies, except they're not. Cursed with degenerative disease after delving into the forbidden secrets of alchemy, the Mordesh have come to Nexus to find a cure. Being a space zombie can be complicated. Unleashing dark and deadly disciplines on the Dominion, much simpler. These, the fucking space zombies! Okay? It's awesome! And they're the good guys.
I like the description. Intellectual, morose, decomposing.
Yes. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the Dominion, unless you guys got more questions about them.
Nope.
Okay. The Dominion! We have the Cassian. They're humans. Cassian was the planet they were taken from by the Elden. The Elden are the people who created the Dominion. And that's pretty much all we know about the Elden. They created the Dominion. Who the fuck are the Elden? I don't know. But the Cassian was a planet Humans on Cassian were taken by the Elden to make the Dominion. The Dominion is all-powerful and evil. Okay. Next, we have the Makari. And they are robots. They have no sense of humor.
Found my affection.
They're just fucking robots. They were made by the Elden. They're highly efficient killing machines. And that's it. That's end of story. Okay, next we have the Draken. The Draken are, they're like animal people. They're from some other planet in the universe. They like to kill and murder things. That's what they do.
Right.
So they're orcs?
They're orcs, yeah. Yeah. They are fell-cursed orcs.
Oh my.
Oh my. Alright, lastly, we have the Chua. Yes, that is a giant mouse-like creature on your screen. They're small mouse alien things. They're fuzzy and cute and completely psychotic. They make the weapons for the Dominion.
That's my class, right? Or race, right there. If I play Wildstar, it's that one.
Good call. So those are the races. I think they kept it simple, but very interesting. There's a little something for everybody.
All right. So,
Cool.
Anything else? Or
No.
no?
No. Alright, so let's move on to the classes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe. Let's move on to the classes.
I thought
Yeah, I
we were
found the
moving on to the
classes.
next topic, but
Shit. No. Move on to the classes. There we go. Okay. So, medic. First thing you need to know is every class can be DPS. Right? So you've got your options between DPS and heals with the medic. And their specialty is, well, first off, when they heal, they shoot you in the face. You remember that from Star Wars? That was really cool. Yeah, they shoot you in the face to heal you. They call it friendly fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they use like their meta guns.
Yeah, they call it friendly fire. It's pretty fucking awesome. They also have, this is the only class that I saw that has you remember how when combat, you have a cone that you fire in a direction, you have to aim it, right? Well, with the medics, they can set down a zone, like on top of the tank, for instance, and it will just heal the tank.
so an AoE heal like Priest have?
Sort of, because the tank can move, well, no. Yeah, actually, yeah. But they're the only class that's got one.
Okay.
And they can also be ranged DPS. Yay. Next we have the Stalker. These guys are like rogues. And the Stalker can be a tank or a melee DPS. And the thing about being a tank with a Stalker is you have to dodge a lot.
Right.
But what's also, the way the Stalker works is they have this biosuit. That's how they turn invisible. It also helps them deflect damage. I can't remember the other stuff. I don't remember, but the suit does a whole bunch of different things. And it makes a very interesting take on the rogue class.
Okay.
Next is the engineer. They can be, actually, I think they can just be DPS. I'm not entirely certain. Maybe they can tank. They can't heal. Anyway, the engineer, as you can expect from an engineering class, they have a whole bunch of bots. They toss out robots that do damage. It's a different kind of pet class, and it's the only quote-unquote pet class that exists in Wildstar.
Yay.
The thing about it is you don't control, you can control more than one quote-unquote pet robot, right? And once you set them off to do something, you can also make them blow up afterwards, and it's interesting. So fancy. Next we have Esper, and the Espers are fucking priests.
The end.
The end. Shadow Priest, Holy Priest. That's it. Pick one. The thing about... Oh, no, I think you'd like them, Biggie. They took Shadow Priests and they made them fun.
That's impossible.
Because it's not a Shadow Priest. Okay?
All right.
Remember, when I'm comparing this to classes in WoW, I'm comparing the overall idea of what they do. Like, a rogue sneaks around and stabs things in the back. That's what the Stalker does. A Shadow Priest deals damage from range without our illusions and mindfuckery, right? Well, the Esper deals in mindfuckery. They've got side blades. They have a weapon that they make a copy of, and it attacks the enemy. They have terrifying nightmares, which basically they spawn creatures, and these creatures attack the enemy. I'm playing this class. This is my class.
So they're not priests, they're psychics, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Every time I compare it to a class in WoW, I'm comparing the overarching idea of what the class is.
They're not standing there with, shooting a laser out of their hand, spinning plates, and then doing the worst DPS ever anyway.
Correct.
All right.
Wow. Wow, someone's a little bitter.
Alright.
Bitter as
Next
fuck.
up, we have Spellslinger. And this is a really interesting take on the mage class. These guys looked like they were a ton of fun. This is I believe they're a pure DPS class. But when they shoot their spells, quote unquote, they're using a couple of pistols. This was the other class I was really interested in. Oh, they can be healers, too. And these guys also shoot you in the face. Friendly fire. That's how you get healed. So, they're really quick. Biggie, I think actually you'd like this class a lot.
Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, they look really interesting. Moving on. Warrior. I wonder what this guy does. This guy is a lot like our warrior.
And he casts spells, right?
No.
Oh.
He's got an arm cannon.
Mega Man.
Yeah, it fucking looks like Mega Man 2 if you look on the stream. Like, it's pretty fucking cool. And they're, of course, the best tank. What are you gonna do about it?
Right.
Warrior class is always the best tank. Alright. So last up, we've got paths. Now this is the really interesting part of WildStar that's gonna set it apart from WoW, okay? Last week we talked about paths making your experience in the game different. But we didn't explain it quite properly. You pick a path, like Explorer, for instance, which is up on the stream, and the difference between Necro's experience questing and mine is I get all sorts of quests that let me, say, race. Do you remember in WoW when you used to explore and say, get underneath Ironforge? You remember that?
You mean glitch your way through shit? Sure.
Yeah, except it's not glitching anymore because your quest is going to set you on a path to find this really, say, for instance, really tall tree and this one item hidden around the corner of the tree. And you're going to have to path your way up the fucking tree to get up there. So if that's the thing you really like doing, you'll get a whole bunch of quests like that. You still get the normal kill quests and the story quests, but you also have specific path quests to make it so when you're leveling, you get to level the way you want to. Like, would you rather level by running a race, doing a time trial, than pick the Explorer class?
I'd rather just jump to in-game. Is that a path?
In-game? Define.
I mean, just max level.
He wants to skip leveling.
Yeah.
No, you can't skip leveling. But, let's see, maybe you would like this. The Soldier Path, where you slaughter your enemies and conquer territory. Basically, the difference between the Soldier Path and the Explorer is the Soldier would show up and get their path quest, and they'd have to kill 6 or 7 enemies instead of just 3. Because their path quest is a little bit harder. Because that's what they want to do. They want to AoE. They want to kill a whole bunch of shit.
That's what she said.
Maybe they want to run off and do a mini boss battle. The Soldier is that class. You probably level faster. Because you're killing more mobs, you're getting more XP, right?
Sure.
Sure.
Whoa.
So, if you like wholesale slaughter, or you're that guy who loves to solo that boss all by himself, you want to pick the Soldier class. Path. I keep calling them classes. They're not classes. They're paths. Okay. Next is the Settler. this one was the one I understood the least, because all I got out of this is they set up buildings. And these buildings you can, like, suddenly you're out in the middle of nowhere. And if you played Terra, yeah, that's a good example. If you played Terra, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. You can choose to set up a store where there wasn't one at a questing hub. And then anybody who uses your store, you get some of, I don't remember if it's experience or money. I think it's both. So people are buying stuff, you're performing a service for the entire area of people questing, and you're getting paid for it.
That sounds cool.
If you're fucking in a raid, right? Instead of somebody hopping on their repair mount, no, you call somebody with a settler path, and you have them hook you up with a repair station. Or maybe someone needs to blacksmith some armor all of a sudden because they just got it. That's the settler.
Alright.
Next path, last path, is the scientist. This is Necro's path. The scientist is for the people who want to know the lore.
Yeah.
Want to know all about that weird room you got sent down into that has nothing to do with they don't tell you about in the quest text? Well, your scientist path will tell you. You can find out about everything in the room, and then, oh look, you unlocked a puzzle that opened a back door, and now you get an extra boss battle and more loot. That's the scientist. Now, the cool thing about all these paths, the really cool thing, is if the Biggie picks soldier, Necro picks scientist, and I pick settler, and then we group up, we get to do, all three of us get to do each of our individual path quests. So we get to find out all about this cool room we're in, right? And then Biggie's gonna summon 8 or 9 enemies for us to all kill, and then I'm gonna set us up a little store so we can repair our gear.
Alright.
Cool.
It doesn't affect how you actually play the game. It enhances the experience. So we're all playing the same classes as everybody else on any different path. However, you've got a new addition to the game. We all get to raid, we all get to PvP. There's no benefit to a path in-game. The path is all about the leveling up and the downtime, say, in between raids. There are benefits.
Do I still have to pay $60 and then $15 a month?
Yes. Actually, I think it's $40. It's $40.
Should be free with $15 a month.
Suck it. That's never gonna happen. So anyways, I'm really excited about WildStar now. Mostly this path thing is what got me really, really excited. I want to be a scientist and learn all the lore and run around being a normal class but getting a better experience out of the game. That's different than the experiences other people are having.
Right, yeah, I mean, it sounds, innovative, at least.
Yeah, it's really cool. And this is we're not even talking about housing. Like, housing is crazy.
It's still the same old, internal cooldown, tank healer, DPS bullshit, though, right?
No, I forgot. Right, that was what I was forgetting. Let's go back to the classes. Okay, so remember when I said I don't remember what this class does? Spell Slinger and Medic?
Okay.
Okay, Medic is either a healer or, what's that fourth one? Starts with an A. They fucking, assist
Anus.
or something.
Anal.
No.
Asshole.
No. It started in EQ. There's support. It doesn't start with an A at all. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Right.
They're a support class. The Spellslinger is DPS or support, and the Medic is heals or support. Then the Engineer is DPS or support. And what the support class does is they buff and they debuff the rest of them.
Right.
The game is set up so that you need these guys.
Right.
So they've added a fourth kind of class.
Yeah, they had that in Rift or whatever. And, yeah.
They had it in Rift, and they had it originally in EQ. So it's not the Trinity exactly. It's the Trinity Plus.
Right. The Quinity. Right?
Good.
Or Quadity?
That's the show title.
Quadity.
Quadity.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Lord. They be a support. Fuck you, Chief. Lord
Hey,
help me.
He's the war chief of the Horde, Jan. Show him some respect.
Right.
No.
I don't know why I said that.
I don't either.
Right. So,
Like a WoW bard. Yeah. The class that we'll never have. Well done, Juve. Well done.
That's a
It's
tanker.
still-
We'll never have a tanker.
I'm still, like, managing cooldowns, though, and all that shit, though, right?
It's an MMO. What do you expect?
You know,
I don't- you know-
RPG.
I don't know. I didn't get enough of a view of combat to tell you that. So, Nika, who's probably listening and has played the beta, could you send us an email and tell us what you think about the combat system the combat system, really, and also how different it is from World of Warcraft, or if it is at all. We'd appreciate that. Thank you.
How we do that too. If you're listening.
He's not listening anymore.
Look,
Said he's in the chat.
Oh.
the South Asia thing of PSO2 is coming out soon. It'll be in English. I'm gonna get you guys to play that. It's gonna blow your minds.
No, it's not.
Got it.
Alright, it's time for a break.
You will never look
It's
at
time
it
for a
the same
break.
way again.
Now.
Yeah, all right. Let's break before the topic then.
Alright.
In your face. All right, so third topic.
Next topic.
Topic 3.
All right, so third topic is new Diablo 3 expansion just came out. Rape on Sight. I mean, Reaper of Souls. And so you guys aren't playing it, right?
Right.
Dicks.
Nope.
Uh,
It's not worth $40.
Exactly.
you know, that's debatable. And I mean that honestly.
What? You're the one that fucking is
No, I
repeatedly
know.
bitch about South Park
I know.
and not being worth
I know.
$60.
I know. Just hang with me for a second.
No.
She just leaves. Fucking, I'm out.
Right. No, the main story part, if you're just playing Diablo for the story, don't buy the expansion.
Don't. First of all, don't.
Cause it's seriously like, I thought it was supposed to take you from 60 to 70, but I was only level 66 at the end of it, playing it on hard, and, it took, I don't know, a couple hours, maybe?
That's what I heard.
Sorry, taking a drink of this delicious Gatorade. It's just really short, the story.
You need nothing.
Even then, the story isn't like super epic. Like it didn't feel like the
No, it's
original
nonsense.
D3 story. It was kind of more like a side quest or something. But I don't know. Adventure mode though is turning out to be kind of cool. It's almost like dailies, but at least made kind of interesting. And it's basically kind of more of what I wanted to play when it came to Diablo. More or less like, let me go where I want to go, instead of being like, you must follow this path of quests and the story every time you want to play the fucking game.
Yeah, that I was looking forward to the whole adventure mode, but it's not the whole fucking game, and the adventure mode is not fucking worth $40.
Well, I mean, once you play through the story, what else are you gonna do?
Adventure mode.
Right.
But I wanted the game for the story. I've always played Diablo for the story.
Right. And if you're playing D3 for the story, this expansion's not worth $40.
Thus, my point. Thank you.
And I want to say something. It's not a spoiler, but some people might take it as a spoiler. So, here we go. Fair warning. I'm not going to tell you what happens. But at the end of the Act 5, there's no cinematic.
Right.
Which is fucking bullshit.
You serious?
It's even got like a cliffhanger. Come on, look, spoiler alert, motherfuckers. If you haven't played through it yet, just whatever, fast forward, or whatever the fuck. But, you kill, whatever, what's his nuts, Death Dude.
Malthiel.
And then, whatever, Fallen Angel guy's there. Starts with a T.
You want me to tell you what? I haven't even played it, but I know
Tyrael.
Tyrael's there, and you, like, talk to him, and he's like, oh, Death Dude blew up the stone, so now Diablo's back on the loose. And I'm like, alright, so now what? And then it's like, click OK to return to the main menu. And I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
Not only was this not a whole lot of story, it had a really fucking anticlimactic shit ending.
Yep.
Like, poorly written ending.
Basically what happened was, they were like, remember those last 3 games where you killed all the evils? Well, they're all back at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Guess we fixed that problem. It's like, well,
Fuck
now...
us for making unique villains. Let's rehash the old ones.
It's fucking, yeah. Story's weak. Adventure mode's fun, though, and if Diablo's your jam and you're playing with your friends and you're having fun, it's definitely worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're into Diablo, it's you...
And when we talked about this whole thing, we said that. We said, yeah, it's worth it if you play play for the purpose to play with your friends. But I play it for the fucking story. I've always played for the story. I hate Diablo 3 playing by myself. Second off, I always end up playing by myself. Sounds like my sex life.
It's,
Wow.
That's what she said.
Or am I supposed to... Never mind, this is the one.
So it fucking sucks for me. The end. Okay.
Right. But, it's pretty fun. A whole geek hole, everybody's on there playing it together. I guess there's a way you can power level the new Crusader class if you want. I think Fancy had one in like an hour after installing the expansion.
Holy shit.
At 70?
Yeah, as he started level 1 Crusader, like, blam, it was up to 60 in like an hour. So, get a hold of the /2 guys if you want to fucking power level. Because apparently they got that worked out.
It's good on Blizzard, I guess. They finally decided, fuck leveling. We're gonna skip
I
it.
cannot believe there's no fucking cinematic at the end.
It's that, you know what it is? It's, like during the game, those like, I'm gonna call it like cinematic as in like a storytelling sense. Like the cinematic, like, comic book-ish, like little scenes.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those.
It's got a few of those in it.
Yay! $40.
Yeah.
There's also the new Enchantress chick that'll... If you get like a legendary item or an item you really like, you can take it to her and you can like change one of the stats on it to hopefully randomly get a stat that you want.
Oh, it's random?
Yeah, it's still kind of random. But you can keep
it
you can keep changing it until you get the one you want.
Of course you can.
Right. But you gotta keep the loot treadmill going. But at least you can do that now instead of being like, wow, what an awesome legendary with shitty stats.
I'm so bitter about Diablo 3. I can admit that. I'm bitter about this shit.
They fixed all the loot, man. Like, it doesn't suck anymore.
No, that's not my point.
Oh.
I loved this game, okay? They fucking words. They came out with it, and it was great, and it was amazing, and I didn't really mind that the story was really short. I wasn't happy about it. Then they came out with the expansion, and the expansion is bullshit. It's incredibly short. One of the best parts of Diablo is the stupid cinematics. And they're just like, no, I'm gonna half-ass it and fix the game that we released broken and defended for 8 months.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You get to pay to fix the game.
Well, there's not a subscription, so they gotta come up with that money somewhere.
Bullshit.
I don't see how they couldn't have ended the game. Okay, for people who played Diablo 2 when it came out, not the expansion, not Lord of Destruction. Diablo 2 ended, the cinematic that ended that game was, holy fuck, Baal is still alive and he's gonna kill everybody. And that's how it ended. Why could they have not shown, like, the stone being destroyed and then you see, like, all the spirits of them coming out and being like, oh fuck, they're back.
Exactly!
It's like, nope, paper cinematic.
Well, you know, that is kind of interesting, now that you bring that up. Considering that Blizzard usually tends to go all out on that shit. Doesn't usually hold back.
So I'm bitter about Diablo.
Yeah, the only way I'm playing is if I'm getting it free in a not entirely legal way from a friend
I will
of
be
mine.
happy with them again, right? If I can get the next expansion comes with this expansion for free. Then I'll be happy with them again.
Not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, Jan.
I'm just saying.
Right. If you're into Diablo, though, it's worth it. That's what I'm saying.
I was into Diablo and I don't think it
me too.
And if the game could, if this game could hold my interest, I would be having fun with it. But it just doesn't hold my interest. I just play it, and it just feels like I'm just grinding shit again,
That's
and I'm
the
just
problem. Because it's so short. Because you do the same shit over and over and over again.
Right.
It's the same. But when we were doing the stream, I swear to fucking God, every time we would start the game, somebody would go, "Oh God, not this level again."
Right.
I would say that when we were like, let's play Diablo, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Or, I'm not Act 2. I hate Act 2. Or was it Act 1? I don't even remember.
I think you hated Act 1. And
No, I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, that was my least problem with this game. Was how many times you had to grind through the fucking levels. I got really tired of hearing about it, though.
So, you guys aren't even gonna get it then, right? This isn't a future purchase. Fuck.
Mm-mm.
You know, there was a chance I was gonna get it. When I
Haters
heard
up in here.
I was waiting for your review. To be honest. I'm definitely not getting it now.
If it, if it wasn't so short, I would totally recommend it, but
That's the whole problem.
I beat it, and I was like, what?
They made a game about grinding without anything to make the grinding interesting.
I haven't tried out all of the new abilities. I've only done, the wizard and the black hole ability is kind of fun, but it's not.
Abilities.
Yeah.
Well, okay. New abilities. Like, try all the abilities.
Isn't there only one actual ability for each class and then like 3 passives? That's it.
Well, and a whole new class.
Well, yeah. But let's just compare it to the Diablo 2 expansion, which had a longer act and 2 extra classes.
You know what
And
doesn't
a
have a new
cinematic at the end!
You know what
And
doesn't
a
have a
cinematic
new
at
class
the end.
is the new WoW expansion. So.
I agree with you. I don't think that's worth $50.
For that, or 50 or whatever the fuck.
I can't believe I still can't believe
reaching
that,
for the
by the
choir.
way.
That's
Not
why
a
I
new
didn't.
class or new races? Like, what?
That's why I didn't. That's the reason why I didn't get Reaper of Souls launch. And then I realized how lack of content it had, and I was like, nope. Pass.
But you also get a free card pack in Hearthstone if you buy it.
Can
Wanda!
we have a tangent on this for a second? They need to fucking stop this shit.
Sure, go ahead.
They need to stop doing like, you pre-order Diablo 3 and you'll get the Demon Hunter when we fucking release Heroes of the Storm. It's like, no! I want a thing for a game I can play now. Fuck you, A. B, that's bullshit.
It seems like you're just mad you're not in the alpha. That's what it
I think that's what it is, too.
No, I am, but that's still stupid. 95% of the people who bought the game aren't in the alpha. So it's like, you get this reward that you can't even have yet. It's like, great.
That's
Yay.
true. I mean, when the fuck is Heroes of the Storm coming out? It's not like when they
2016.
did...
No, I don't know.
Probably.
No, my point is we don't know. We have no clue. Not even close. It's trademarks coming soon. Right?
Right.
Like, this fucking Diablo is out now. The last time they did this was with Hearthstone, where, what did you get? And you pre-ordered BlizzCon, you got a card you couldn't have in Hearthstone yet. And you had to wait like 2 weeks.
And that
How long
card
are you gonna
sucks, by
wait?
the way. Just
It's,
so everybody knows.
But the point of the matter is not that it sucks. The point of the matter is they gave you a card that they made you wait 2 weeks for. But this is, you bought a game, you were given a perk that you can't use for, say, 6 months.
Yep. Also, a lot more people were in Hearthstone at that point when BlizzCon was like, watch BlizzCon. Like,
Well,
everybody I knew was in Hearthstone.
My point was more that was okay. Nobody really complained.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
It keeps you hooked, keeps you playing Blizzard games, right? Because I pre-ordered this and I got this coming, so I gotta get that when that comes out and fucking,
No.
No.
I'm no longer feeding at the addiction center.
Yeah, maybe.
But, that's what Blizzard's doing. It's working. They're making money, right?
I disagree. I think they're disenfranchising a lot of people.
Mm.
And other people are going to catch on to their shit.
Shit, don't say that on YouTube, because you fucking get destroyed by it if you say shit like that. Holy fuck.
I think it is disenfranchising a lot of people. I think that's why it's one of the reasons the subscriber rate has gone down. Is because they think that because they're Blizzard and they have all these games and all these other things and, hey, you get this quote-unquote free item in this other game that, they're gonna keep everybody running around like fucking Hearthstone. How many people stopped playing Hearthstone after it released officially that first week?
A lot of people.
I did.
Yeah.
I fucking got the mount and I was like, I'm not even playing WoW. I got the mount.
Oh, I lied.
Why did I play this game again? I don't even... Oh, right. Because I might go back to WoW one day, and I think the mount looks kind of cool.
Here's the problem. Yeah, I agree. Here's the problem. I don't know where I brought it up. I think on here, maybe. Blizzard built up a shit ton of consumer goodwill from Warcraft 1, 2, 3, StarCraft 1, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
I would say up until Wrath of the Lich King, they had like a comparable amount of fan hype and love as like Valve did. And then they're like, let's fucking just take advantage of them all because fuck it, money. And now they think they still have it and they don't.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
They're screwing themselves over.
I agree. That's exactly what's going on. Is they're taking advantage of the goodwill they don't even have anymore. And it's like with $60 boost to 90. It's not that they don't appreciate the customers, it's that they don't understand the goodwill is leaving. It's not gone. There's still a lot of people who really enjoy the game and are appreciative of what Blizzard do, but there's a lot of other people, like me and Necro, who are fucking pissed off that there's not even a cinematic at the end of Diablo 3, which is a fucking $40 game to pay for the original game that they didn't build right in the first fucking place and defended for 8 months.
Right.
Yep. You know what's funny? If you look at me from a year ago, and you can do that because I had YouTube for my channel for a year now, I was like that before, and now they've been so shitty that in the course of only a year, I am like, I'm the complete other side of the bridge now. I'm like, fuck Blizzard. I'm so sick of their bullshit. You lost like one of your biggest fans you possibly could have had with all the shit that you're doing.
But yet you're drooling for the alpha invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want something to play.
For free.
Saying.
Yeah, and it's free. I don't have to pay for
Exception
it.
2. Next topic.
Alright. Yes, I agree.
don't think that was valid.
No, that was a segue. Next topic.
Right. Segue into vagina horror.
Do it.
Topic 4.
Alright, so this topic is about a game that's about vaginas.
Sort of. Conception 2 is a game where you are the god's gift from the star god who is protecting the world by having you classmate with other disciples.
That's not a game, that's my life.
Wish.
I was taking a drink and didn't have the appropriate sound, but
Gamer nuts.
All right, so Conception 2, Jan, is a demo that's out. Where can I get this demo?
You can get this demo on a PS Vita or a 3DS. It's made by Atlas. It's hilarious. This game is so fucking funny. It's making fun of itself. You end up on this island and you find out that you are a disciple. And what a disciple is in this world, the star god chooses teenagers between the ages of 16 and 18 and gives them a mark on their hand.
Oh. Sorry.
And this mark, it glows, it gives them pseudo magical powers, and they are sent off immediately to the academy. And at the academy, they are trained to battle the monsters that are invading the world. The monsters are invading the world from these places called dusk circles. And the reason this is happening is there are 6 elements in the world. Fire, water, earth, fire, water, earth, air, that's the one. Dusk and ether. Dusk is like the evil element, and ether is the good element. Being a disciple means you have more ether, or star power, than an average human. Dusk is the opposite. It's what monsters are born of. So, that's the concept, the serious concept, okay?
Okay.
Then you get to the very funniest concept. You show up on this island, a chick named, Fuda.
Sexy time.
Like that. Yeah, if you know what a Fuda is, guys, that's what I just said. And a guy named Klotz.
Sexy time.
And you get attacked by monsters, then you go to the church, where you're received as disciples. The head of the church, the high priest, is a lecherous old man, who promptly hits on your female companion, and also mentions how well endowed the new
What you
disciples
put on the horse.
Sorry.
Then you continue on, you're sent to be ranked. All the disciples have different ranks. The highest, there's also the regular disciple, then there's the elite disciple, and among those 2 distinctions, there's also an alphabetical rank. And 3 of you are ranked. All 3 of you are elites. Klotz is at rank B. Fuda is rank S, which is the highest rank.
That this sucker is nuclear?
And you are rank A. You also find out that you are a god's gift. And what this means is your ether, your star power, is 300% higher than anybody else currently on the planet. And what does that do for you? That means you have a really, really great chance of creating star children with other S-ranked elite girls.
Sexy time.
So you head right back over to the temple with your new friend, your new female friend, and you perform the ritual to create a star child.
Game over,
It's insane. It really, really is.
So, I mean, tell me about the gameplay.
Okay, so I did eventually get to the gameplay. You take these star children into battle, and they perform best when with their female who helped birth them. Oh god, no way, I forgot about the really funny part. You create star children by putting ether into the fucking...
Egg. Vagina.
The star womb.
Oh, God. I was
like, I can't actually figure out if they're having sex or not. I can't. Because they're insinuating, the entire time they're insinuating that they're fucking, okay? But the cinematic is this picture of this girl, like you've seen Sailor Moon, right? Where they like, fill in her outline with flashing colors.
Yeah.
They do that, and she just, like, she lays back, except you're not actually sure she's laying, she might be standing and stretching, and then the 2 of you hold hands, and then you have a star child. That's what happens. But several times
that's how I have sex.
That's how you have sex?
If you're
several
doing it
times
wrong.
I got out of the ritual chamber, and you have sex, or rather you classmate, that's what they call it. They call it classmating. Inside the ritual chamber. And I ran into Klotz, and he goes, "Hey, I was totally, not trying to spy on you, classmating with the girls." And I shit you not, I had just been in there with this dude's sister.
Again, where's that sound effect for that?
What the shit?
And he's insinuating you fucked the chick.
Right.
But I don't know if you actually are having sex in there. Because there are no real babies being born. Star children are warrior spirits. They're not actual children. And what you do with them is you and your chosen heroine, which you get to pick one of, I believe there's 7 heroines. And you choose one to go into a labyrinth, which is the battleground, with you at a time. And you go in with her, and you're a team. And then you have the option of bringing in between 1 and 3 teams of star children. And these star children help you battle. The game is very similar to Persona in that you're running around a labyrinth. It's a whole randomly generated maze, and there's monsters in it. And if you run into a monster from behind, you get an advantage. And if they hit you from behind, the monster gets the advantage.
Sexy
That's where
time.
the similarities end. That's it. The battle system is directional. So you've got monsters scattered around a field, and your team is surrounding one. And depending on where you're standing surrounding this monster, you get an increase to your chain, which is this new ability, or you hit a weak point. And a weak point, obviously, you deal more damage. Now, the increase to your chain happens when a monster's about to do a really big move, and you stand in the path of the move. And the chain, basically, it freezes the monster in place, it slows them down so you get more turns, and while the monster is chained, you get combo attacks. And when you do more combo attacks, you do more damage. It's just the whole circle.
It's like turn-based RPG combat?
Yes.
Okay. So
But
where...
it's directional. It's weird.
Right, no. Yeah. I'm just saying, where does the whole survival horror vagina thing come in?
That's Catherine. It's a different game.
So there's no survival horror vagina.
That's Catherine.
All
Yes.
right.
You want a survival horror vagina, play Catherine.
I assumed...
Catherine is a really good game. Yes.
I assumed it was like some sort of metaphor for like impregnating, and you were like somehow
No.
the sperm metaphorically or something.
No.
Oh, all right. It's basically just weird Japan weirdness. Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't
So no
I
survival
don't
horror.
quite understand how they came up with this whole, let's make a game have poking fun at this dude who's having sex with all these women. And the entire time, it's like a dating sim where you're like, you gotta fucking keep all these women happy, and the happier they are, the more,
all right.
the more children you'll have, and then the better you'll do in battle, and...
So it's a dating
solved
sim
the question.
/ RPG.
Yes, the answer to the question is it's Japan.
Right.
And yeah, it is Japan. It's really, okay, look, you might not like the game, but I implore you to please play the demo. It's very well fleshed out. I've already spent 6 hours in it. It's free. If you decide you like the game, you get to keep your progress. But more importantly, you get to see the hilarity that is Conception 2. It is so fucking funny. I have actually never played since South Park, right? It's the first fucking funny RPG I've ever played. And this one's also really funny.
All right.
It just pokes a whole bunch of fun at itself. It's great. It's a lot of fun. The combat system is very fleshed out. Our Atlas is amazing at making RPG combat systems. And this one's different. It's tactics with the field positioning, just like Juvie said, with a field advantage mechanic, with the normal, I haven't gotten into it, but it looks like there's also elemental damage and that whole traditional aspect.
Right. Fire beats ice, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Right.
Yeah. Currently I have a team of wind, and I have a team of water, and my hero team doesn't do any elemental damage at all. But they have the ability to do water damage.
Sorry, it's being called for in the chat room.
Oh,
Gamer nuts.
there's also okay, and this is the part I haven't experienced yet. Okay, you get eventually after you talk to the heroines a whole bunch, they'll have events with you outside of the academy, and that the academy is a place in the game, and that's where you talk to all the heroines. And apparently, there is an event called a Touch Me event.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And the way they show the picture, I haven't experienced one yet, okay? But the way they show the example is there's a whole, like, this person was touching all over her torso. That's all they were touching in the picture. It's got a lot of tutorials, right? So, I don't know, maybe you get to fondle the chick.
Oh,
I haven't done
okay,
that yet.
right. Wow, Atlas is,
Alice is
they
amazing.
can't be hard up for that money, right?
What?
That they're almost practically making porn games now?
It's not a porn game.
Oh, no.
I've played porn games. This is not a porn game.
Right.
If you get anywhere similar, it's very similar to a dating sim, something I've also played.
Right.
But it's also not a dating sim.
Okay.
You just kind of have to trust me on that.
Whatever makes you feel better. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jan. I am sorry.
Okay, if you don't fucking believe me either, and you have a 3DS or a Vita, go download the goddamn demo and find out for yourself.
I'm downloading right now.
I'm done.
Easy, Jan.
Next topic.
Easy, Jan. When does the full game come out?
I don't remember.
Are you gonna get it?
Huh? I've already paid for it.
Oh. Anything cool in the pre-order?
Something about a soundtrack and special case. I didn't really give a shit, so I didn't really remember.
And you're getting
I
it
was
for
like-
the Vita or 3DS? Because you have both,
Vita.
right?
Yeah, I've got both. I'm playing it on the Vita. I like the Vita graphics better.
Yeah, because they're better.
No, you're not going to see a difference between the graphics. Well, okay. The Vita's got a bigger screen size unless you've got a 3DS XL. Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you've got a 3DS XL, you're going to have smaller graphics, which smaller is not really better. The graphics in combat are PS2. Graphics aren't that great. Like, the cutscenes are amazing, and I think the 3DS version, the girls, the heroines, when you interact with them, I think you're going to find those are 3D, those scenes.
Right.
Which is a little weird.
Them 3D titties.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part! Dude, their tits, they bounce all the fucking time. Like, I can't stop staring at the boobs because, like, nothing else is moving on the screen except the tits.
Wow.
All right. That completely made me forget the question I was going to ask. Oh, right. Okay, so it's not running on that new Persona engine? Or maybe that's only for consoles?
The new one, no. It's running, I think it's running on the Persona 4 engine.
Oh, okay.
I do. I think that's what it's running on.
Alright.
But, yeah.
Alright. Cool. Where is the next topic noise?
Next topic.
Alright. Last topic.
Cool topic.
Alright, so last topic of the evening was our post on the Geek Hole that
Do you like games
Right.
that make you cry?
yes.
Yes.
And
Necro, do you like games that make you cry?
Yeah, I said last week. Fucking Final Fantasy X. Fucking tearjerker at the end, man.
Yeah, me too. Lost Odyssey made me cry.
Like I said, I cried at Street Fighter 2 back in the day when I was really young, playing it at my house out of frustration.
But you didn't play crying.
There needs to be a difference between rage crying.
Rage
And
crying.
like you're so into the story that you're like, oh my god.
Rage crying might be the show title. I don't know. That's pretty good.
Well, Rex said, yes, if a game can make me burst into tears, then it means that it's a very good game that succeeded in emotionally attaching me to it.
My best friend Esper said, no game has ever made me cry. Okay, let me...
Thank you for still writing into us, Esper.
Yes. Thank you.
Put a heart on the screen for him right now. Do it. Okay, Esper said, no game has ever made me cry, so I have no opinion on this matter. There are a number of movies and animes that have brought a little bit of rain down, though. And I've watched them multiple times, so I guess, yeah. If a game could tug at me enough to cause a little welling, then sure, I'm down. Dem feels.
Dem feels.
Right, so Daymares, well, by the way, that's a pretty cool name. Nice job. But said, well, you'll probably think I'm crazy, but recently I watched some crazy recent Syrian war footage. Headshots, bodies blown up, etc. Then I went and put in Metallica's song 1 and started playing Call of Duty Ghost. Long story short, that was the only game that has made me cry. I have yet to find a game that truly captivated me into crying, but after looking at Beaten Kaitos, Eternal Wings.
Batten Kaitos.
Oh, right. And the Lost Ocean gameplay for the GameCube, it looks like it would make me cry.
I do think you're crazy, but I also gotta say props.
Yeah, really, what the fuck?
It's kinda,
well, you know, if you're gonna look at that stuff and then you're gonna play a game and cry because you're doing those things, I think that's...
You're not a sociopath, at least.
Right.
So you got that going for you.
If you had a normal heartbeat and didn't cry, you know.
Yeah, that would be... Then you'd be fucked up, so... I think you're crazy for looking at it in the first place. That's what I meant. Panties in a wad. I don't exactly play games to be emotionally drawn in. No game has ever made me cry. What is fun about crying? Sent from my pelvic floor.
Real quick, from the chat room, Slip and Die said, Dark Souls 2 makes me cry. That's Rage Cry, right there.
It's a rage crying.
It's a rage cry, yeah.
Daymares again. Nothing's fun about it unless you're a sick weirdo.
Right.
But just being in the moment with the characters, some people get emotionally invested in things because their real lives are probably dog shit, so it's like an outlet for them, maybe.
Yeah. I'd say that in a nicer fashion, but yes, he's correct.
I don't think I cried at the end of Final Fantasy X because my life was terrible. I think I did it because it was sad.
I think he means more why people get attached to characters. People who have escapism problems are more likely to get attached to a character than someone who doesn't.
I see.
Like I said, I would have said that a lot nicer.
Right. Dappy Man says, I've cried many times in movies, but I don't think any game has ever gotten that reaction. I do remember being scared as fuck crawling through some vents while playing Half-Life. Fucking bug jumped right in front of my face while turning a corner. Shit pants. That, my friend had those NVIDIA 3D glasses when I was playing Half-Life, and yeah, I fucking almost shit myself playing that too a couple times.
Dude, Amnesia, before it became a big thing, in the dark, is the most terrifying thing I've ever played.
I tried to play that in my heart. I felt like it was gonna explode. I had to stop playing it.
Well, I know when I was little what scared the shit out of me? Resident Evil 2 on the N64. There's a part, like, in the beginning of the game where either character you're playing, you're, like, in this, like, 2-floored library, and you go up these stairs, and the library floor on the second floor falls down through, and you fall through the first floor. I got scared so badly the first time that happened, I refused to play that game for, like, 5 years.
Who's that? I think it's you, Jan.
Oh, sorry. Mia Hamm. I enjoy games with more weighty, thought-provoking decisions that incite strong emotion in the player. Planescape, Torment, or Spec Ops, the line come to mind. I'm gonna cry over video games? Unless you count Tears of Frustration. In that case, Battletoads made me cry as soon as I hit the 3rd level.
Yep.
Rage crying.
Rage cry.
I rage cried over a Mass Effect 3 ending. And then I broke the controller.
Right.
That's like a different level of rage cry, though. It's more like hatred crying.
Hate cry.
So yeah, speaking of BioWare, I almost applied for a job.
Do it. And then give us all the free SWTOR swag they got. I'm sure
Oh,
hanging
I
around.
hate them so much. Somebody read non-mail before we forget.
Non-mail. No, I have testicles, and a mustache, and chest hair. And like John Wayne, and war movies, and porn. Wait, what was the question again?
Okay. Haha. Men.
Alright, so, Daymare's entered twice, so we're gonna have to just count his once.
Yep, so we're gonna count the first one.
And I'm rolling
And you're gonna roll a d7.
Right, I gotta bring that up. D... Where's my number thing? Here we go.
Drum roll!
6. Who's number 6?
Number 6 is... Fuck.
Mia Hamm, right?
Mia Hamm.
You say so?
Yes.
I got confused.
It's the one before the last.
Listen, I got confused!
Yeah, that would be Mia Hamm. So,
Good job, Mia Hamm. So head over to Jan's Geek Hole on the... Jan's Geek Hole? Jan's Gamer Hole on the Geek Hole forums for 5 gaming things. And then send me a Twitter about which game you want to receive from that hole.
You send her that Twitter.
Send it. Red Hawk, since we're on the topic, said, I cried playing Final Fantasy XII because I thought how Final Fantasy could have gone so wrong.
True facts.
That's like me with Mass Effect, yeah. Fucking rage crying.
That's like me with Warlords of Draenor. What'd you do?
sorry, I'm typing up the next topic. But yeah, our topic for next week is how to fix the Trinity in MMOs.
If you're not sure what the Trinity is, like I was, that is tank, healer, DPS. How do they mix it up? How do they innovate it? What are they gonna do to finally make this genre a little more fucking interesting? I think WildStar's gone really far with the paths, but what the fuck else can we do? Genres need innovation to keep going.
And I bring this up because there was an article on massively.com it's about the new, I guess, a new Asian MMO coming out called Black Desert. And they have here, the piece also touches on something called collaboration gameplay, which appears to omit the traditional tank, DPS, and support roles in favor of formations. For example, a group of players that forms a circle will be rewarded with higher defense bonuses, while a straight line formation leads to high DPS from the frontline player. So,
I think they need to remove the tank class altogether.
Wouldn't a square be more defensive than a circle?
well, you know.
Depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking
Or
about
triangle.
geometry, then yeah. If you're talking about battle tactics, no.
I mean, look, if you
If you put a point in a battle formation, right? Unless you're trying to break through an enemy line, you don't put a point in. Why? The point it becomes your weakest section. It is very easy to destroy that than to split your formation up.
It's also, I mean, you know, let's think about in the sense of video games and rating, it's, you know, circle, square, diamond, kind of, they're all make the same sort of shape.
Whatever, fuck you guys, I'm a math major. Square is better than circle.
I'm just saying.
The end.
You know.
That's why I said, when you're talking geometry, a square or a triangle is a stronger formation. But if you're talking battle tactics, the circle is the best.
I mean, if you're talking, you know, rating formations, you pretty much, it's either a circle, a line, or everybody stacks on one
Circle
another.
jerks!
So.
That's good. I like that.
But yeah, how to fix that so that way you don't, it's not just always tank, healer, DPS.
I think they need to get rid of tanks.
I don't know. My answer is it broken? Question
Right.
mark?
No, it's not broken. How do you innovate it? How do you make it different while still making it good? Make it more fun. Bring
think
people who are tired of the genre back to the genre. Do something interesting.
There needs to be more emphasis on, I guess, a support class, which wouldn't be either of the three.
Or maybe just
Like-
change the way tanking's handled. Rather than
Get
be,
rid of
I'm
tanking
hitting
altogether.
defensive cooldowns. Like, you
Make
know.
people fucking dodge.
Yeah,
Oh,
something.
no, thank you.
You know, like fucking put a square on the floor. There's going to be fire in that square. Don't stand in the fire.
Right.
No tank necessary.
Yeah, but how do you do that for like super hardcore high-end PvP or PvE?
Then, you know.
Exactly the same way.
Everyone can move out of squares.
No, they can't.
If you're playing, my point was if you took like a hardcore WoW guild who's like doing heroic shit almost immediately,
You take
they're not gonna die
the
from
floor they
squares.
can't stand in. You do different abilities, like you got fire. Fire's on the floor. Well, while the fire's going out, there's also going to be a fear effect. Well, while that's also going out, he's going to be attacking this section of floor with a blow. So you've got now 3 things to look out for. Your healer's got to deal with that mind control. Now let's say also, they're going to pick one of your players and make them attack another player. It's a different way of doing things. We're making everything AoE. Everything.
Ugh.
That's every boss fight you ever go up against ever again is an AoE fight. Like, the guy who did the dance.
Hagen.
Hagen dance.
Where, what was the boss battle? Fucking don't stand in the poison.
I don't know,
Yeah, but
Jan
that was
wouldn't
only
let
one
me
part of
fucking
that.
in the room to fight it, so.
Yeah, well that's because you were gonna fucking die. Because you always stood the fucking poison, and that's my point.
I was lagging. Not my fault.
I don't know. I'm a traditionalist. I'm someone who still plays RPGs and likes the ones that are like, you're a tank. You are the mage.
Come on. Look at fucking Arthas, right? The Arthas fight? That didn't need a tank. It just had a tank. If Arthas just stands there and he throws all that shit at you, he's got the different modes where you gotta run out onto the ice. You gotta tank, well, I guess you shouldn't say tank all the, yeah, you tank all those ads. One person has to have aggro on one mob. If more than one person has aggro on a mob, well then that person's probably gonna die. Or you kite the mobs, or whatever you're doing. Then they got the fucking harpies coming in, plus he's putting that shadow shit on the ground. Plus, then he goes into the other mode where he sucks you into his sword. It did not require a tank, it just had a tank.
Yeah, I mean, you know. That's what the discussion topic's all about. Does everybody come up with ideas or argue why maybe the Trinity's perfect and nobody needs to fuck with it?
I don't think it's perfect. I just don't. I like the idea of there is this one player in our group who is. His role in the story of the fight is he's the guy that stands in the front lines and doesn't die.
I think he's
I don't
pointless.
know.
Because what's the point of a tank? Tank gets hit. Tank health goes down. Healer heal tank.
It prevents
Tank health go
us
down.
from
Healer.
killing.
Yeah, so you make the heals more AoE based too. Everybody's taking damage. You avoid the damage. The healer fixes it. Yeah, okay. You could also come up with a system where you remove the tank and the healer. And how do you do that? Again, AoE fights, and everybody has a self-heal.
It's, you know,
That
everybody.
sounds like you're making like less. It's like less. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for.
It's less complicated, but it would make the fights more interesting. If
But wouldn't it be less dynamic though if it's like there's no tanks or healers now? It's just you hit a dodge button.
You'd have to chain crowd control on the boss. to keep him
chain
from
crowd
killing
control
people.
on the boss, yeah, that would be interesting.
Like everybody's got their certain crowd control that they have to use at the right time to keep the boss in the right place while DPSing. You know.
Yeah. And what do you do when you're DPS? Most people only ever play DPS. The fight is only going to change for them because they have to do more, not less. Because the more you take away the tank and the healer, well, if there's no healer, now you also have to pay attention to your health. And you have to fucking remember to heal yourself. Save your cooldowns. Make sure you don't die. If there's no tank, well, now you have to make sure you're paying attention to the world around you. You gotta make sure that you know the boss fight. And that every little thing that's gonna happen, you know, it's not like, what the fuck is that last boss in that temple, the Shah guy? The Shah of Fear?
Mm-hmm.
This is that fight. Tank stands in front of it. Everybody stand behind tank. Kill boss. Every once in a while, ad spawn. Get teleported to new area. Kill ad. Come back. Repeat.
What? I like that fight.
I don't like that fight. I think that fight is incredibly boring and simple. I don't like it at all.
Alright, so post your thoughts on the Geek Hole, and maybe you will win one of Jan's games. Right?
Yay!
Yay!
Alright, so end of the show shit. I am on Twitter at the Big Game Over. You can follow me for show updates and other news. Also, if you don't want the other news and you just want show updates, 5 Gaming Things is on Twitter. And that'll usually just have basically whenever the show's posted. So, go and follow that too, whatever. And Jan is on Twitter.
I'm on the Twitters. It's bedtime. JANAELLE and the number 5.
And Necro.
Also, we have... Oh, right, go ahead, Necro.
Yeah, Necro's on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter at Necroxis9, NECROXIS, the number 9. Come and argue with me about pointless, irrelevant shit.
Right.
And then head over to 5gamingthings.com and give us a donation. We would really appreciate it. Biggie's got the cost of hosting the site, plus he just bought a new laptop. We really appreciate any help that you could give. If you can't give, then don't give. Thank you.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Shut
I got
up,
covered.
Biggie! Shut up!
Give us money.
We might need some spending money when we go to E3, though, so...
Just shut up. Don't even speak when we get to this portion of the show.
Alright. Geekhole.net, that's where discussion topics at, and everybody other's discussion topic in the community and everybody, and it's all a big party at the Geekhole.
Yay!
And YouTube.
You can also leave us voicemail on 5 Gaming Things.
Oh, right.
Or you can send us email if you'd like to yell at Necro at 5gamingthings@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll tell you that you're stupid. And then you can yell at me on Twitter! We've come full circle.
Right. Speaking of
now
YouTube...
we'll talk about YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jan. That's you.
I have a site. It's Janelle5 now, because I deleted Janelle Angel, because fucking YouTube is fucking stupid. It's all fucking shit. Swear to God.
But please go to YouTube and watch the videos so we can, make money off that.
I have another one if you're looking for that radio play I talked about earlier. Aliens, they have invaded the Earth. Learn about them. Amorphi Resistance Radio on YouTube. The Necro has a channel.
Did you just check out?
Yeah, but you have a channel, Biggie.
Well, 5 Gaming Things. Hopefully there'll be some shit up there soon. I got a lot of videos to process, but...
We lost him. He's down.
Oh. Well,
so
Necro's... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
God damn it!
You know it better than I do anyway, so...
Well, Necro's got a fucking YouTube channel. It's called Necroxis9. I think there's a Z in there. Necroxis Z. That's it. Necroxis Z. No 9. He talks about WoW lore, yells about the stuff Blizzard's doing, then he does a whole bunch of Let's Plays. His last Let's Play was of South Park. He's going to be releasing one of, what's the game? Bioshock Infinite DLC, the second DLC. Check that out. It's pretty funny. He's on it. He talks to himself. It's really funny.
Right.
Right.
And what else am I forgetting? Oh, Stitcher. Fuck. We're on Stitcher.
I forgot I can read the chat room.
And no, what? You are a ball buster. Are you not?
I guess I don't know what that phrase means.
But yeah, we're on Stitcher, so you can listen to us on your phone from there. Also might be using Stitcher to get us to E3. So, thumbs up.
Hello?
Try to boost that for us.
Necro, please give us a thumbs up. We would like to go to E3.
Yeah, that might be our only chance. So, yeah.
If we did your end of the show shit, Necro.
Thank you. I don't know what happened.
Your internet said no.
But the second that it happened, I did a speed test, and it's like, everything's fine.
No. You're still coming in kind of funky, too.
Uh-huh.
Little robot-y.
I don't know.
Alright, but is that it? Is that everything?
That's everything.
Alright, that's the end of the show. Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
I'm gonna name her Biggie.
Sure, why not?
Biggie, don't get me killed.
You're probably already dead.
Ah, shit! Oh, I forgot to hit send on that text.
So where's Necro?
I don't fucking know, dude.
He was all like, we should start early, and then...
Yeah, and they didn't show up. I don't know.
He was on 3 hours ago.
I'm gonna go flirt with some chicks.
He went to go flirt with some chicks.
No, I'm gonna go flirt with some chicks.
Oh.
Or I'm gonna hit the power button.
Hello?
There he is.
God, I just sit down and I get a text. I'm like, oh, that's Jan.
Well, you wanted to start early.
I said 7! It's not even 7 yet.
Oh. I
Well,
think...
showtime is supposed to be 6:30.
Oh, well, they've been started that since I've been a full freaking host on the show.
Yeah, I think Necro meant, like, start. Not, not do an hour pre-show bullshit.
Only because then I can't, like, really talk because it's late. I get yelled at. I'm sleeping!
If you, had your own place.
We need money for that, Biggie. That requires funds.
Flip some burgers at, like, Wendy's or something.
Fuck that. I did that once. You're in the market for a GameCube, Biggie?
I am. Mine took a dump.
Get a Wii.
That's what I said to you on Twitter. Just get a Wii. You can play both then. You can play Wii and GameCube games.
Can I hook my Game Boy Advance player to a Wii?
Okay, it's out. Retweet that.
Isn't the
Game Boy Advance player?
Mm-hmm.
According to my cousin, yes.
Yeah,
Whether
if
or
it's just
not,
a controller.
It's
whether
not
or
a
not
controller.
No,
Oh.
it's not. It's how you hook up your Game Boy Advance to your GameCube.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
It's not?
I don't.
No, it's a thing that goes under your GameCube and you put Game Boy Advance games in it.
I don't think
And
so.
then you can play it on your TV.
Yeah, that's the same thing I'm talking about. I just don't know how it works.
Oh.
Well, according to my cousin, it works. But my cousin knows shit all about games.
Right.
Her son, she just says her son says it works. So
Let's see.
I don't fucking
Let's
know.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
Google that shit. Game Boy Advance player on Nintendo Wii.
What are other topics?
I posted them in Skype.
I guess I could pull up new windows. Right? I guess I could do that.
You could.
No, the Game Boy player will only work with a real Nintendo GameCube home gaming console. The reason being is because the Game Boy player attaches to the ports that are at the bottom of the Nintendo GameCube system, and the Nintendo Wii lacks these ports. So yeah, I need a GameCube.
It's gonna be expensive.
I guess GameStop has them for like $30.
GameCubes?
Mm-hmm.
Refurbished ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. If I was looking for one on the internet, and that was a bad decision. I was like, there's no way I'm paying for this.
I'm surprised mine died. They're usually like tanks as far as console
you can
goes.
use those things as weapons, and
Right.
it'll be fine.
But I noticed the reset button on mine's like stuck. So
Mm.
I got F-Zero to run for like 30 seconds, and then my GameCube was like, nope, reset.
I bet you could, like, pry that up with a tool. Instead of buying a whole new one if that's the only problem.
I tried fucking with it, but it's not, it ain't happening.
Shit. Oh, my... I'll be right back. My whole bookcase just decided to fall over.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
How did you do this?
I came home the other day and one of my shelves collapsed in my bookshelf. I'm feeling pain.
You have a fucking bookend. How did it happen?
It's the, change in pressure from the seasons.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, so cat news, we doing any cat news?
Kind of. It's more like Jim's Wild Kingdom news. I applied to a job for a QA position at Gearbox Studios. The dudes who make Borderlands.
Okay. All right. Making sure there.
Because apparently, their office is down the street from where I work now.
Oh, sweet.
So, the problem with this job is they didn't really tell me a whole lot of information about what exactly the job is. So I could show up for the interview and they could be all like, yeah, so this is a playtest position, not a QA position. And the difference between playtesting and quality assurance is very slight in that one's a career and one is not.
Well, it's also a difference in pay, right?
That's what, when you have a job and a career, the career usually pays more. Yeah.
Right.
Careers tend to come with salary.
Mm-hmm. And a job is usually hourly. So, I have very high hopes. I really want this job to be a career and not a job.
Right.
But,
and then we'll have an insider, finally.
Somewhere.
When you leave, you can take a dump on your boss's desk.
Oh my god.
Just kick her right in the cunt.
I'm so gonna tell her off.
Just cunt kick her. Bam! Kick her so hard, they'll be like, did this chick get raped right now?
They're gonna disable my keycard, but I can't say that online.
Can't say what online.
They're listening!
That it doesn't, no, because...
Because you're gonna go in there and shoot up the place? I don't...
Because if they disable my keycard and I can still get in, and they don't... I said it. Damn it.
Is that all you were trying to say? Is that if you disable your keycard, you can still get in?
Yeah, they don't know I can get in.
Well, just make sure no one listens to the podcast.
I can get into a lot of places, too.
What I'm planning on doing, right, is going back, breaking into her office, and filling it with the styrofoam peanuts.
That shit you do to people you like.
No, it's not. Not the styrofoam peanut one.
Here's what you do. You take a bunch of cat shit from your cats.
Sneak
into her office. No. Sneak into her office. Is it a carpeted floor in her office?
Uh-huh.
Pry up the carpet in like a corner. Stick the cat shit under it and then close it back up. Make it look as good as you can so that's not ripped. And then go about your life.
So fucked up. But no, she'd be so angry if someone filled her office up with peanuts. She would lose her fucking shit. She's such a bitch. Loot the coffee machine. They don't have a coffee machine. I could take the Keurig though.
Cheesy lasagna.
Right. That's lasagna. Thank you.
Lasagna. Alright, I'm gonna go put my ice cream back in the freezer. Whatever. I'm gonna grab a drink, and then we're good to start.
Sexy time.
And I gotta put this bowl away. Not that bowl, but, food bowl.
Marijuana. Oh.
What?
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 I woke up from a nap, but combat is awesome. Is what Howie says.
That is very descriptive, Howie. Good job.
Can't wait for PSO2 English. Sucks I have to play on South Asia servers, but whatever. Whatever it takes.
You sound very dedicated to this.
I just got sick of having to, patch the game and then patch my English patch to be able to play it. It was too much patching just to play a game. Because it was they'd patch a little bit, just enough to get by, and then constantly every 2 days you're downloading a new English patch, and it was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, God.
Plus, it's it's Sega at any time could be like, oh, you're patching the game? You're banned. Except they say whatever that is in Japanese. You patching game. You banned now. Fat Gaijin.
I was waiting. I was waiting to say something because I knew you were gonna.
Right.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Fat and lazy American. You get off server now. We ban your whole city. You go learn math. So bad. I'm not.
That's
I'm not racist.
That's a whole lot of things that he just said.
Japan's the ones who's racist. By the way.
Japan's is his race.
Or nationalists. I guess it's not really race. They just hate everybody outside of Japan.
Sounds like America.
Yeah, kinda, pretty much. I almost attempted like a hillbilly Asian voice.
I think you should.
I can't even. America. I don't. They took our dubs. I can't, yeah.
Well, butter my biscuit, doo-doo.
Right.
There you go. That's the thing I just said.
The South shall rise again, car.
Oops. He'll fix it in editing.
Yeah, I'm editing all this out. So. Sideways vagina. Yeah, there's certain places in Japan where if you're not Japanese, they'll kick you the fuck out. I mean, there's places like that in America. They don't have signs, but, you know. But yeah, so I get to play on the South Asian servers, which is, I forgot the company that's putting that out, but they're notorious for just being hacked to oblivion.
Oh, good. Nice.
And on a game like PSO where it's mostly client side, like it's fucking gonna be a nightmare. But at least it'll be in English.
You mean English?
English. And even they have already said, like, well, we're not going to ban Americans yet. It's like, great.
Yeah, Toru.
No, it's whatever Korean.
Desu.
Oh, is that Desu?
No, it's Japanese too.
I don't know. Alright, I'm going to grab a drink. While Jan, I don't know, takes a shit or whatever she's doing right now.
While Jan takes a shit, you go grab that jink.
Right.
I will entertain. Hello, everybody.
I think that's everything.
Yes. I think so.
We good? It's not 10 yet. We can let Necker go.
Yeah.
I need to go do my roboting thing.
Yeah.
I need to go make sure I'm in bed by 10 so my dad can say goodnight to me.
Right. Give you a kiss goodnight.
Why? Vicky, why is everything
goodnight.
sexual?
That's not sexual. You're the one making it sexual.
You said it in a very implying sexual way.
Good night, chat room.
I did not do that.
I think you did. Chat room, back me up before you leave.
Holy shit. Alright. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Later.
poontang, son. Don't forget about your poontang.